Okay, hi. I know I skipped last week, and that's my fault, obviously. But I wanted to record a video for this week, obviously. And I, I was trying to figure out what exactly I was going to talk about or do or whatever. And I've been working on my waffle cardigan, which, if you know, you know, I've been working on it for a while. I started that in May, April, May, it looks like. So, been working on it for a while. I want to show you my progress, so I'm going to put my mic down and show you it. So, that is where we're at. It's good. It looks good. I've started my second cake for this project. Trying to remember if my first one was a full cake or if I just started with whatever scraps I had left over. I almost feel like it was a full cake, but I'm not sure. So don't quote me on that. But I'm on my next cake and I think probably like a third through it. So that's good. And I'm trying to see how I want to do the like shoulder part because obviously I'm creating this from the bottom up. So I started it from the bottom. So I'm gonna keep like trying it on basically until it reaches like my armpit, I think. And then I'll need to figure out exactly how much space I need for the actual armhole. And I will be crocheting like just the back part all the way up. And then I'll need to make sure that I leave the neck. It's a whole process. And if I can figure this out, then that will be really cool because ultimately what I want is for it to go all the way up and then over, and then I can just attach it to the other part that's going to wrap around the front. Um, but what I need to make sure that I don't do is close off the neck because obviously I want to be able to wear the cardigan. So, I mean, I might need to just do some math. I should get my notebook out and start working on that. That's what I've been working on, as well as I'm kind of thinking that I want to make some sort of like shirt, not like a shirt, like a tank top type thing out of the velvet yarn that I have. And so far, it's been looking like it's been going pretty well. But I mean, you saw how much progress I had. This is only like maybe 20 rows of velvet, I think. That would be my guess, I think. I saw this post from Victoria's Secret from Pink, which same company, you know. But they were advertising these little notebook keychains. Basically, it's literally just a notebook, a little tiny composition notebook that has a decorated cover. So it says Hotter Than Fiction. It's a tiny little notebook with a purple spine, and then like the cover is like all pretty and decorated, and it says Hotter Than Fiction. And it has one of those elastic bands to hold it shut. And it just has like a little loop, I guess, that comes out of the notebook to attach to the keychain part. But the funny part about this notebook is it is $25. And it's a tiny keychain. It's one of those tiny little notebook keychains where it's like you maybe would be able to use it for a few things, but you wouldn't be able to like use it long term. And generally, I wouldn't buy a notebook that's $24 unless it's like a full size 300, 400 page notebook, you know? So that's a whole thing in itself. And I was like, I wonder if I can create my own. So, what I'm thinking is I might go pick up a little baby composition notebook or a pack of them. I know that I think Walmart sells them. I'm 99% sure I've gotten them there before. And then see if I can decorate it in like some pretty ways to make it similar. And while doing that, I'll attach the little loop that they have that it's hanging off of, and I'll figure out a way to do the elastic part on the notebook. But that's what I'm thinking. I think I might try to create my own little Victoria's Secret keychain and like show it side by side, and then also like compare the price point for what I paid versus how much they're asking you to pay them. Because I feel like it's not going to take that long. Like, I think the most time consuming part might be just decorating the notebook. I was thinking of doing that. Also, I play this game called Disney Dreamlight Valley, and they have a few cardigans in it that are like crazy cute, and I was thinking about just I know I'm already working on a cardigan right now. I get it. I understand. I'm a crazy person. But there are two cardigans that I would love to make. The first one, it's been out for a long time. It's literally basically a white cardigan with, I think it's a pink border or a red border. I'm not sure which. And then it has like hearts all over it. It was for Valentine's Day. Okay, yeah. So it's a white cardigan with a pink border, a like nice light pink. Not ballerina pink, but you know what I mean. And I'll put a picture of it here. A pink border with red hearts all over it. So I'm thinking that if I can create those hearts as appliques, potentially, and then like just sew them onto like a fluffy white cardigan, like if I use like my velvet yarn that I've gotten from Premier to make this cardigan, or I might need to get more white, honestly, which is fine. I have no problem doing that. Especially if it's going to lead to me having a cute Valentine's Day fluffy cardigan. But ever since I've seen that cardigan, I've always wanted to make it. So I'll just need to figure out how many hearts are on it, but that's easy because I can just put the cardigan on my character and like look at it. And then there's a Winnie the Pooh one that just came out with the Honeyglow Woods expansion. And it has a bunch of different flowers on it, but ultimately it's just okay, so it's a little different. They have 3 different like yellowish colors that they're using for this. They have a pale yellow, they have a like medium-ish yellow. They're all kind of gold, like leaning towards the gold side of yellow. And then the border is like a dark yellow, like gold-ish, closer to gold than anything else really is. On one half of it, like one half of the front and the sleeve, it's striped between the 2 different yellows, like the lighter yellows. And then the other, like the rest of it, the other sleeve, the other front half, and the back, they're all just the plain, solid light yellow. So that actually should be pretty easy. And then I can just make some flowers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think that's just it. Yeah, there's 12 flowers. So if I can just get those colors and then crochet the cardigan and then do the flowers and sew them on as well, that'll be another cardigan. I thought maybe it had granny squares on it, but it doesn't. It's just a cardigan. So those are 2 cardigans that I want to make. So the Winnie the Pooh one is the blooming knitted cardigan, and the one with the hearts that's pink, red, and white is called the lovely knitted cardigan. Obviously, I don't knit. It'd be cool if I learned how, but I'm probably not learning how to make these knitted. So I'm just going to crochet them because it seems like the construction for them is pretty simple. It's just a matter of doing the right number of appliques and then like attaching them in the right places, which should be fine, should be pretty doable. So I'm actually kind of excited to try and see like if I can make these. But those are 2 things I think would be really fun, and then like whenever I stream Disney, I could like put my cardigan on and people would be like, "Oh my gosh." And I'd be like, "Yeah, I made this pattern." Because I'm going to probably make patterns based off of them. I think that is my goal. But if I get any of the yarn for these 2 cardigans, I'll let you know. Or if I get started, I'll let you know. Obviously, this waffle cardigan is taking precedence, but it's also taking forever. And I'm okay with it taking forever if I make it right the first time, you know? Especially since I'm doing the base part right now, I'm still going to have to do a full ribbing all around it when I finally get to that point. So I probably need to do the math and see how much I need to crochet in the back, but I'm not following anyone's pattern design. I'm literally doing the waffle stitch, and I started from the bottom up. I know people don't usually do that, so that's what I'm doing. Like a crazy person, but it's fine. I think if, like, for those other two cardigans, I'm probably going to start with not granny, like a hexagon. I'll probably do a hexagon cardigan style. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. But we'll find out, you know? It's possible that I'll like how this one works up, and then I'll be like, actually, that one. That's the way I want to do it. You can bet that if I do end up making these cardigans, I will have instructions for how I did them. I think it would be really fun to be able to put those out there so that people can also make their own version of the cardigans. Not that I don't think people could make it without help, but sometimes you need a little guidance. I have pulled out the plastic that I was going to use for creating my Dead by Daylight board game box, my custom one. I have not created the pattern for it quite yet, so we're not there yet. But I think I have the right amount of plastic out already, so that's good. And I just need to figure out exactly how much space I have to create a design for it, I guess. Which ultimately means that I'm going to need to try and crochet at least a little bit of a rectangle so that I can measure it against the plastic and see if it's the right length. This is me. This is what I'm doing. I will probably get to work on that notebook so that I can do the math for my cardigan to see exactly what I need to do, because I don't want the hole for my shoulder to be gaping, and I don't want it to be like weirdly wide, I guess. I would like this cardigan to feel cozy but also comfy. So we'll see what happens with that. And I need to make sure that I have enough space for my neck. Yeah. Which I guess will lead to me having to continue that part of the cardigan only on one side, and then I'll do the exact same thing on the other side. So I'll need to make sure that I take note of what I do on that one side to duplicate it on the other, unless I just write it out and then follow that and hope for the best. Yeah, that's my plan. I'm sure that this is all very rambly and it sounds dumb and confusing and insane, and I'm insane. It's fine. But if any of this made sense to you, or if you're interested in anything, let me know, because I am going to do my best to actually record videos. I lost track of last week. It got really busy and I was a little stressed out. So it was hard for me to focus on crocheting, not to mention I think I was a little burnt out from crocheting, and I'm not really sure why, because I haven't finished a huge project or anything that I've been working on daily. So maybe it's just because we went on my family trip and I didn't really crochet on the trip, so it became I fell out of the habit of crocheting type thing. But I am fully back in it, full swing, all of that stuff, because I've made a lot of progress on this since the last time you saw it. Maybe I can show what progress I had last time it was seen, but it's it's good. I've got some good progress happening. So, and I want to make that little keychain because I actually want to have a little tiny notebook that I keep with me at all times that I can just write in. So maybe I'll try to find a way to keep a pen with it too. Stay tuned, because that'll be a fun little craft video to do if I get it to work. But anyway, thank you for being here and watching my video and listening to me ramble. I really appreciate it. Any and all support is very welcome. If you like this video, like it. If you want to catch up with me more in the future and get notified of my videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell, you know? Not to be that cheesy YouTuber, but that's the YouTube thing. And YouTube likes it when you do that. So If that is something that appeals to you, keeping up with me, go ahead and do those things. Comment if you have anything to say. Yeah, just let me know. Like, I am interested to hear what you guys have to say about what I'm thinking of doing. And I'm also looking for suggestions of things I can crochet at the gym. So, if you have any ideas, let me know, please. Because I'm looking to have something that I can work on while I'm at the gym every time. So, without further ado, I'm going to let you go. And I'm going to go crochet. Or go get my supplies for the notebook. But I appreciate you being here. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Okay, thanks. Bye.